One, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi. This your brother Yahawah here at the church in Birmingham, Alabama, coming at you with another lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. And I came across this video off TikTok, and it's showing more of the hypocrisy of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and we understand that this is his world, man. This is his kingdom. Real quick, before we get this video, Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? So we understand this is his time to rule, all right? And things are going to be out of course, things are going to be out of whack, and that's why you see everything is on a decline, man, because of who's in power. It says, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is he? Yeah, if Esau, the so-called white man, is not the wicked, who is he? All right, the one who put GMO foods on your plate, genetically modified organism. Let that sink in, right? The man who gives you fluoride in your water, the man who tells you that a man can be a woman can be a man, right? So everything associated with Esau is death, okay? And that goes all the way through his whole system. This is how this man operates in the planet Earth. So yeah, this is his kingdom. And you see how things are being pushed forth as far as his doctrine, his mindset, his philosophies, his ways. So let's play the video.
So this 20-year-old high school dropout unalived this young man who was 17 years old, pew-pewed him 15 times in the back while he was sleeping. He was already out on bond. He did this. He got another bond. He got caught with another pew-pew and then got released on bond for that.
Racks up another felony charge.
And guess what? He's let out on bond once again.
Rossi, it's almost as if Harris County's criminal justice system has bent over backwards for James Sotelo. The mother of the teen he's charged with killing wants to know why. Passing of time doesn't mean April Wright is even close to seeing justice in the slaying of her 17-year-old son, Corey Thompson Jr. 20-year-old James Sotelo was out on bond when police say he killed Corey Thompson.
This is a kid who shot my son in the back more than 15 times.
Police say Sotelo also shot his own brother, but he survived. After 232nd Criminal District Court Judge Josh Hill lowered Sotelo's bond for murder to $100,000, he walked out of jail.
While he's out on bond for murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, he picks up an unlawfully carrying a weapon, a gun charge in Montgomery County.
This kid has a blatant disrespect for the law, for the court that he's going through, and he's still allowed to go home and be with his family.
If you're on bond for murder and charged with having a firearm, a gun, that should be an automatic, you go back to jail.
Oh, absolutely. And I would love for Josh Hill to answer the question as to why this case has come through your court. This kid has constantly been allowed to break the law and break his bond, and you haven't done anything about it.
Well, we know why. Because we just read it. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right? Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 73. Psalms chapter 73, I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. You see that? Their strength is firm, man. All right? And at one point in time, when we was in the world, We was like, damn, man, they got everything. And we were envious, not knowing that their end is set for destruction, man. You know? It says, let's go back. I want to put this devil on the screen. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. You see that? So obviously these unrighteous decrees, and Lord willing, we're going to get that, are set up to benefit the Edomites, man. All right? Again, this is their kingdom. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain. Violence covers them as a garment. You see that? This Edomite shot at his brother, wounded his brother. All right? Shot Jake in the back 15 times. You know? And I don't know the backdrop of the story. I just came across this video on TikTok, man. But you see, it's plain how these devils get down in the planet Earth, man. They full of violence, man. You know? So he shot his brother, went to jail, got out on bond, right? Shot the black man, or the so-called black man, Israelite, 15 times in the back while he was sleeping. You know? Put back in jail, got a murder charge, and got out again, and then got another pistol, man. But shit, you know damn well, Jake. Hey man, once you do anything, they ain't setting no bond for you, man. You ain't getting out. Okay? But it shows you how these devils operate, man. They're not even. They're not fair. You know? It says their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish, right? You got the system set up to work for you. You know? You get all these different benefits. Yeah, everything is set up for them to prosper here. It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully, right? They're heady and high-minded, you know. They got the saying, pull yourself up by your bootstrap, you know, while you done had a 400-year head start. Well, that's these devils, man. It says they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth, right? Their legislation, their laws, okay? That's their tongue walking through the earth, but they set their mouth against the heavens by saying that you don't have to follow the ways of Yahawah. You just do what we say do, man. You know? But the Lord has something set for them, you know? Matter of fact, real quick, let's go to Isaiah. As I mentioned it, chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right. If this was a righteous kingdom, you know, this dude would be put to death. You know? Matter of fact, what is that? Leviticus? It wouldn't be no bond hearing, man. He wouldn't get out on bond. You know? Leviticus chapter 24, yep, and verse 17. And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. You see that? That's righteous. You know? That's fair, according to the ways of Yahawashi. You see that? Again, he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. Yeah, you commit murder, man. That's what this is speaking on. And this guy actually did that, man. But you see, Esau sets the stage, all right, with these unrighteous decrees to the point where you can get out after you done did a murder, man. Okay? Or have you doing a lifetime fucking sentence. No. That's not righteous, according to the scriptures, man. And that's why another reason why this damn devil got to be put away. Let's go to Exodus chapter 21 and verse 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. You see? So you commit these murders, man, you smite somebody to where they die, guess what? The judgment that's supposed to be rendered unto you, you supposed to be put to death, man. You supposed to be unalive. But you see these unrighteous decrees that Esau has. Again, Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe, and woe means what? Death and destruction. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Yeah, these laws. Alright, again, the tongue walking throughout all the earth, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Yeah, that's what Esau does, man. He sets up certain scenarios, alright, to keep the children of Israel in derision. Alright, to keep them on the bottom. He forwards the affliction. It says, and what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from afar? Yeah, those ICBM missiles, man. They're going to be shot to the ends of the world. Alright, America, Babylon the Great. It says, and to whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Right, those things you have toiled from in your youth, they're going to be done away with. Lord's going to take all that shit away, man. Yeah. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You're going to have harsh judgment rendered upon you, man. You know? Matter of fact, yeah. Let's stay in Isaiah. Because again, you ain't show no mercy. You know? Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Right, the Lord gave us over to these devils, man, for our punishment, for us transgressing the word. It says, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient have thou heavily laid thy yoke. Right, scriptures tell us, man, those who have showed no mercy, let's grab that. You ain't gonna get no mercy, man. You know? Yep. St. James chapter 2 and verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Right. So, hey, man, ain't nobody gonna be trying to put off, you receiving your judgment because of what you've done to the children of Israel, man. What is that? Amos 1? Let's get that. Yeah, you ain't show no mercy, so ain't no mercy gonna be showed unto you. Amos. And you see this devil, man. This devil has been reincarnated. He was probably one of the ones who was doing the lynchings and the hangings, He probably has a postcard with his fucking face on it, man. You see? Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Why? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Yeah, see that? What's the modern day sword? The gun. See? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. You see that? Yeah, that's part of the damn devil, keeping his wrath forever. Now you got the judge, probably telling his ass good job, Well, guess what, man? The Lord is going to require that of you. You ain't getting away. It says, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. Right, those ICBM missiles, man. The Lord is going to set them out, and they're going to put an end to this wicked kingdom. Let's close it out here. Let's go to Psalms chapter 37. Right? And we know the scriptures say that nobody perishes being innocent. But Esau, you the one who did these things, man. You don't think the Lord gonna gonna get you for what you did? You crazy as hell. Psalms chapter 37, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Right. That's what we are commanded to do. We're gonna wait till the Lord rise up to the prey. Okay? It says, fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Yeah, Esau, Edom, man. You see? It says, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait upon the Lord shall inherit the earth. See that? Yeah, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of the elect, gonna inherit the earth, man. Lord willing, I'm part of that precious number. It says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. See that? So yeah, it's just a matter of time, man. Alright? I pray this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, Shalom.